So this new gaming mouse has just arrived from outer space by the company Gravastar. They're the company that made this, also this, and this. It's the Mercury M1 gaming mouse, and we're taking an in-depth look right now.
Nico knows tech, all your tech tips and reviews on deck. Nico knows tech, #1 channel with the news on tech.
So I've been really excited about the launch of this M1 mouse by Gravastar because I know all about Gravastar. They make sci-fi, cyberpunk style products, and they usually make them all out of metal, like this one's made out of metal. They also make the Mars Pro. This is a Bluetooth speaker that's like a droid, has a really good sound and subwoofer in the back. It's made of zinc alloy. They also make the Supernova right here, the Venus right here, and then their GAN charger, the Alpha 65 watt. So they make these sci-fi alien space war type of products that are really nice on a shelf like that, and they actually perform really good. So when I heard that Gravastar was making a gaming mouse, I was totally on board. Now before we dive in, if you follow the link in description, it'll take you here to this purchase page. You'll see the add to cart that's going to be added here after the first when this is uploaded, and there's also going to be 20% off from January 1st to January 22nd. Also, for every mouse that you buy, Gravastar is going to throw in a free mouse pad. So good deal if you're an early bird. Now let's get back to the review. I really enjoy unboxing Gravastar products because they just put a lot of effort into the presentation. They want you to feel like you bought something substantial, and the Mercury M1 is no exception. We have this nice full-size, high-resolution image of the M1 mouse on the top with this spider web style decoration on the side, which kind of goes around the box. Looks really cool to me. And then we have the Gravastar logo in the top corner here, then Mercury, which is the mouse, and then M1, which is the model. Premium wireless gaming mouse. On the side, like I said, the spider web's going across in a kind of a unique way on both sides, and it says "Be cool, play it." On the top, we have another Gravastar logo. On the bottom, we have a company logo. Then on the back, we have detailed specifications. A couple of specs that stuck out to me was the resolution, which was 26,000 dpi. That's a bit competitive with the other top competitive gaming mice on the market, and that makes me think that at least on paper, it's not just a Gucci, cool-looking sci-fi-esque mouse. It may be a contender for a competitive gaming kind of situation. And we have a speed in IPS of 650. We have a max acceleration of 50G. So again, on paper, it's a high-performance mouse. And down here we have the authenticity logo here, the QR code with a hologram to see that you have a genuine product. And let's go ahead and open it up. On the left side, we have this foam piece right here, which is to keep it in place during shipping. We have the mouse sitting right here all safely. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out. The first thing that sticks out to me is how light it is. I mean, this is metal. This is a metal shell, all one piece of what I believe is anodized aluminum. It may be zinc alloy. I'll actually put the exact metal composition on the screen so you can see what it is. And then, wow, this just looks like something out of an alien movie, or if it's some kind of insect or a spider. Wow, and it feels cool to the touch, which I think that's, obviously because it's made of metal, but it makes me think that this may act as like a natural heat sink for your hand to pull heat away from your hand, and with this being all skeletonized, that could actually help some things with ventilation. And then we have left and right click, scroll wheel with also a push button down. We have a center button, which this will switch between connections. So if you're connected to Bluetooth on one computer or 2.4 gigahertz transmitter on the other, you could switch between two devices theoretically. We also have side buttons here on the bottom. This plastic part down here to match with the metal up here. So this top part's all metal. The bottom we have plastic. We also have some slick feet here from being able to move across mouse pads very fast. And we have our power switch here. It goes both ways. In the center it's off. If I change it over to this side, it starts Bluetooth pairing. And that's why it's in blue. If I switch to the other side, it's this color, and it's looking for the 2.4 gigahertz transmitter. Since it didn't find it, it went ahead and went back to sleep. Go ahead and turn it back off there. Inside the box, we have some accessories, including our transmitter. We have a 2.4 gigahertz transmitter, which this would be good for laptops because this is the entire thing. Just that, and you're hooked up. We also have other types of transmitters, including, this is an adapter. This is a USB-A to USB-C adapter. We may need that. We have some more accessories in here. Looks like we got our USB cable and some paperwork. Actually, this is a catalog. Very nice. Tell you about all of the rest of the Gravastar family. And here we have, that's actually a nice feeling USB-C cable, USB-A to USB-C. And I suppose you could use this in several ways. You could connect this to go to USB-A. So a nice adapter to have. So no matter what type of USB port you have available, you have the right connectivity for your transmitter, as well as charging the mouse. So very nice. We have the USB port right there in the front. So we have another one in here, another accessory. I heard about this. This is a standalone 2.4 gigahertz transmitter. So what this could be nice for is you plug this in here, USB-C cable, and then this could be going to the back of your desktop. And then you have the transmitter right here on your desk, nicely put away. And this lights up just like the mouse does. And then your transmitter is close to your mouse for a very solid connection. Very cool. I like that this transmitter has a rubber pad on the bottom so it doesn't slide around. And it looks like the Mercury M1. I actually think that's really cool. Now I went ahead and laid down a mouse pad because I actually use a trackball most of the time and I don't need one, but we're going to need one for the Mercury M1. My first impression is it actually feels really comfortable with my hand on the mouse pad using this mouse. I don't feel like I'm getting clammy because there's a lot of airflow and skeletonization, and it feels really cozy on the mouse, on the mat. And I'm resting my palm right here and I'm kind of gripping the mouse with my pinky and my thumb, and then I'm just resting everything on top. And you know, some players will actually have their palm up here, but I think this one's really designed to be like this. And I have relatively small hands, and I'm actually noticing that when I'm gripping the mouse in this position, I have a little bit of difficulty reaching this top side button here. So I think this is actually going to fit people with have medium to large hands. Will be very comfortable on the M1. I'm comfortable using it like this because I actually like to rest my fingers here instead of being here like a lot of gamers will use. I like to just lazy slop my hand on here and then do that. But in order to reach these side buttons, I think you're going to need a bigger hand unless you grip it different, because I have to shift my grip or I have to rest my entire palm on the mouse up higher, which that's totally doable too. I just prefer to have the back of my palm just sit here and then flop onto the mouse like that. And when I do that, I have a little bit of trouble reaching that top button here, but not a deal breaker. Overall, the buttons feel very tactile. There's a bit of resistance. They're not as light as some mice. It takes a little bit more pressure, but it feels really good. The tactile feedback is really nice. I like that little click. It's nice. It's not too loud though. Same thing on the side buttons. The wheel is notched so you can feel it kind of click into place each one. I prefer the speed wheels that you just flick and they keep spinning, but not a deal breaker. Center button, perfectly fine. Overall, it feels like on this slow mouse pad, feels very good. I feel like I can move it around really nice. If I was going to use this mouse, I'd get a faster mouse pad, but this one was cheap and I needed to get it just for this video. Now let's connect this bad boy and see how it performs. Now by using the Gravastar app, we can control all the functions of the mouse, including some of the settings which professional gamers might be interested in, such as being able to customize all the buttons, including the DPI loop. But what's even more important is if you're really a sweat in gaming, you can control the DPI stages, report refresh rate, and more. We also have macros built right into the software, and so you can add your macros and your key list right here, and everything can be saved to the individual profiles. But what's really cool, that I think a lot of people are going to like, is that you can customize the lighting. By default, it's on rainbow moving, which is this breathing kind of living kind of insect kind of look. And you'll notice that when I picked up the mouse and moved it, the light turned off. That's to conserve power. When you're not touching it and it's staying on the desk, by default, it's going to be on. When you move the mouse, it shuts off. And we can choose a whole lot of different patterns, such as single color. I can make it always blue. I can make it red. It looks actually kind of magenta in this light, but if you're looking at it from my angle, it is red. We can go purple, match twitch. And then there's all these different things. Rainbow fixed, which will be kind of a gradient. And then neon. So all the different settings, it's really cool. And then in the other settings, we can do our firmware updates, pairing tool, language, everything can be customized and even shows our battery level. Really cool. And those features are fine, but let's see how it performs in games. I decided to test the Gravastar mouse in Halo Infinite and Overwatch. As soon as I loaded into Halo, I needed to drop the sensitivity. Once done with that, I was surprised at how smooth I was able to control the movement. Despite being a bit rusty with the mouse that isn't a trackball, I was able to take down enemies with relatively good accuracy, at least for me. The metal shell and its hollowed out design kept my hands cool and sweat free.
I'm picking up reinforcements.
In Overwatch, before I dropped the sensitivity, I wasn't able to hit the broadside of a barn. This wasn't due to the M1 mouse being overly sensitive, but rather that I had the sensitivity up super high for my trackball mouse, which I was using prior. Within a minute or two later, I was back puping on noobs like usual and bringing home the victory for Team YouTube. Now my final thoughts on the M1 mouse is it's great and in some ways amazing. The design is perfect. Everything works. Not only does it look good, it feels good. It works good. This is going to upgrade someone's setup because if you're not already using a competitive gaming mouse already, this is taking you up to those kind of specs. The high DPI, the customizability, the performance, the speed, the comfort, the durability is really good. I really feel good. And that's why, the only thing I didn't like was the feeling of the switches. They felt like they took more pressure to put to make them depress. But maybe that would make them more durable because I go through my switches very often because they don't last long. So I have a lot of high hopes for this one, and I think it's a winner. Congratulations on making it to the end of the video. I hope you found this review helpful. If you like it, please click like and consider subscribing. You can pick up this product at the link in description, and I shall see you next time.